Yeah, good day. Welcome to our session. So on this session, I'm gonna combine the two graphs, which is the parabola and our straight line graph. And then if you are new to the channel, please go through the playlist of functions and see other sessions which we had. And then also please subscribe and also like and share and also comment. That will at least also assist us to get the indication if maybe the topic or the topics you are covering, are they making sense, or any sort of feedback would be helpful. And also you can go through our Facebook page, Tutornex on Facebook. It's called Tutornex on Facebook, and then you'll see other sessions that also we can post there, or you can also DM us if you've got any question. So without wasting any time, I'm going to go straight to the session. So we know so far that if I'm dealing with a parabola, I can get a smiley or a sad face. And we know if I'm dealing with a straight line graph, it just be any straight line graph which will be combining together. So if I were to combine, let's say, the two of them at the same time now, that is something that I want to show you guys how you can get a graph like, and what to look for and what to know. If I were to draw a graph, let's say our Cartesian plane, which is having x and y, and then let's say this is what's y there. So if I were to have a parabola, let's say a parabola is like that, and then I have got my lovely straight line going that way. So now first thing first, you must see I've got two different graphs. I can have my parabola as, sorry, my straight line graph as f, and then I can have my parabola as g. So you can have parabola as g, and then our lovely line as f. So now if you look at these two graphs, there's this point here, this point that I'm highlighting, and this point that I'm highlighting there. Those 2 points, those are the 2 points where the both graphs are meeting. We call those point of intersection. So the points where the two graphs are meeting, we call it point of intersection. So wherever the two graphs are meeting, we call those points point of intersection. For example, we could call that point point C, or that point point D. We call them the point of intersection. So whenever the two graphs meet, we call that point of intersection, because that's where they're both meeting now. So it's point of intersection. So now the first thing that you must always know with the point of intersection is that your both graphs are going to be equal to each other at those respective coordinates, point of intersection. So now the first thing that you must always look out for, remember, we're dealing with f graph and also g graph. So basically at that point, f will be equals to g. So if they ask you to find the coordinates of c and d, those are the point of intersection. You can just equate your f and your g graph. So don't forget that. It will come in handy when you do other questions. So that's the first thing that you must know. Other thing that we know so far is the x and also the y-intercepts, which we did in the previous sessions. And also, you must always remember there will be what we call a distance. So the graphs can have distance apart from each other. So your f graph and your g graph can have a distance apart from each other. So whenever they ask you to find the distance, first thing that you must always do when they ask you to find the distance, you must always take your parabola minus your straight line graph. Then you just simplify whatever you have. You'll see when you do past paper questions. So it'll be parabola minus your straight line graph. That'll be the first step, and then from there onwards, you just simplify it until you can solve for x, which I'll show you when you do other question papers. Straight line graph, yeah, it's fine. So that's how you can find these 2 points. So that's how you can join parabola and also the straight line graph. So without wasting any time, I want us to go to a question that I got from a past paper, I think paper from last year. So I just want to show you guys how they were asking the questions. So I got this question from a past paper. So first thing first, we're given again 2 graphs. We've got a parabola. Remember the shape. This is now we're we're getting this shape now. This means it's a set parabola. And again, we've got this coordinate A here. See where A is? That's A there and B there. What can we notice about A and B? That's where the both graphs, your parabola and your straight line graph, are meeting. So those 2 points A and B are the point of intersections because the both graphs are meeting. So here F is your parabola and then G is your mx plus c graph or your straight line graph. So first thing first that you must always remember, parabolas. Remember, parabolas have got intercepts and also turning points. Don't forget, parabolas have intercepts and also turning points. So now there must be a turning point of this parabola, which will be somewhere around there. So now the first question they're asking us, find the coordinates of the turning point. Remember, there are 3 types of parabolas that we did. The first parabola, which is having a, b, c. To find the turning point coordinates, you use negative b over 2a. And then once more again, if you are new to the channel, please go through other old videos to see what I'm talking about, because I don't want you guys to be left out in this type of question. The first parabola will have a, b, c. To find the turning point coordinates is negative b over 2a. The other parabola you're going to get will have p and q as your turning point coordinates, and then that's the type of parabola we're having, because we're going to have p inside the bracket and also q outside. So don't forget, p is the x turning point. If on the bracket inside we're having x minus, p will come back as a positive value, but if it's x plus, then p will be negative value. Here we have got x plus 3, therefore p will come back as a negative 3. So the first value will be negative 3, and then remember, q always come back with its sign. If it's minus 4, it comes back as minus 4. If it's minus 10, come back as minus 10. That's for q. If it's plus 3, it comes back as plus 3. That's for q. Q will never change. So meaning q will remain as plus 4. So therefore my coordinates will be negative 3 and negative 3 and 4. That's for 2 marks. And then now they're asking for the range. So don't forget, parabolas will always have the highest value they can go to. So for example, the highest value that this parabola will go to is this y value of the turning point. So this highest y value of this turning point, we know it will be 4 because we've got the y value of the turning point, which is 4. So these parabolas will go until that highest level. So that will be the range, meaning the values will be going up and down, can be going up and down as your parabola. So meaning for this instance, your range or your graph can't go above 4. So just be it can be less than or equals to 4 because it can't go above 4. That will be the range of this parabola. And then now the last question, they want us to find the coordinates of A and B. Remember, A and B are the point of intersection. So meaning we're going to equate the 2 graphs. So meaning we're going to equate our F graph and our G graph. Then from now on, we must go and solve for X. So just do it as it is. So it will be negative outside, and then it's x plus 3 in the bracket squared. That's F as given to us. Then squared, don't forget the squared there. Then plus 4, and then the whole thing is equals to our G, which is what? X plus 5. So just doing them as they are. I think they'll normally give you guys a mark for that because you're showing that you know that A and B are the point of intersection. So that'll be the first mark you'll get. From now we can do our algebra. Just go this side a bit. So negative will remain outside. Then open a bigger bracket because this is x plus 3 squared, meaning it's the same thing as expanding the brackets. So this will be the same thing as, oh sorry for that, the line just went berserk. So this will be the same thing as having x plus 3 twice. So it will be x plus 3 twice. So same thing as having x plus 3 twice. X plus 3 twice. Same thing as having x plus 3 twice. Same as having x plus 3 twice. And then close the bracket. And then plus 4. So everything else will remain the same, which is plus 4. And then if you want to maybe save yourself time, just bring the other one this side. So if the other one comes this side, it will be minus x. And also minus 5 because I want to save time as well. So it'll be minus x and minus 5. It's minus 5 at the corner there, don't forget. Then now we can just leave the negative aside as it is, and then just do simplifying. So this x here would multiply the other x there, which will give us x squared now. So it'll be x times x. So the x there would multiply the other x, that will give us x squared. So it will be this x, in case if maybe you're wondering what's happening, it will be this x times that x, that will give us x squared. Then second, x times that 3 there will give us 3x now. That will give us 3x. And then again, the same thing will apply to the other number. So it will be 3 times the x here, which will give us 3x. And then lastly, the 3 that we have there will multiply that 3, which is the number. So the 3 that we have here will multiply the other 3 there, which will be 3 times 3. That will give us 9. Then close the bracket. Plus 4. Okay, also with like terms already, it's 4 and 5. They're numbers. So it will be 4 minus 5. That will give us minus 1 as a number, ne? Minus x. And then the whole thing will be equals to 0, ne? Because I didn't get space previously. So the whole thing will be equals to 0. Then we just simplify this thing. Negative will affect everything inside, ne? So it will be negative times x squared. That will be negative x squared, ne? That will simplify to negative x squared. Negative times negative times positive 3, that will be negative 3x. Again, same thing. Negative times this is 3x there. No, I didn't put 3x there. So this will be 3x. Here it's becoming a mess now. So it will be 3x there. So again, negative times that will be under minus 3x. And then negative times 9 will give us negative 9 there. That will give us negative 9. And then negative 1 minus x. Negative x. And then also minus 1 there. The whole thing will be equals to 0. So that will be our simplifying as far. And then from there onwards, let's create the like terms together. We're going to have negative x squared by itself. And then this one will be negative 3 minus 3, that's minus 6, minus 1, that will be minus 7x. That will give us minus 7x now. And then it will be negative 9 minus 1, that will be minus 10. And then everything is equals to 0 now. So from now onwards, if you want to be comfortable, use the quadratic formula. If you do the quadratic formula, it will give you the two x values, which I am 100% sure. Or you can just divide both sides by negative 1 first, because I always love having x squared as positive. So that will be that, and then negative 7 divided by 1 will be positive 7x. The negative 10 divided by 1 will be positive negative 10 divided by negative 1 positive 10. So that will be your ABC or your trinomial. So from there onwards, you can do the formula, which is ABC, or you can just do the factors, because I know that's going to be 5 and 2. So my two factors will be 5 and 2. The other one will be 5 plus 5 here. The other one will be plus 2. Those are my two factors, or you can just do the formula, will give you the answers straight away. And then that will be my answer. So x will be minus 5, and also x will be minus 2. Because this thing is equals to 0. So that will be my final answer. X is equals to minus 5, and also x is equals to minus 2. Then that will be our answer. And also, if you look at the answer they ask us to prove, is the same thing that we're getting now. X is equals to minus 2, and also minus 5. That will be us proving the answer to get the 4 marks there. Don't forget about the point of intersections. That will be us proving the answer here, that A and B are having that x value. If they want us to find the corresponding y value, you put the x values on your f or your g to get the corresponding y values. So that will be your answer of the point of intersection. And then yeah, that will conclude our session. So it's about equating f and g, then do algebra to solve for x. And then you can use any method of algebra you're comfortable with, and then that will take you to the answer as requested. So this was like a lovely 7-mark question. And then remember, parabolas will come before your hyperbolas and your exponential graphs, and also your log graph if you're doing grade 12. So yeah, that will conclude this session. Thank you very much.